Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and there was a bombshell of information dropping for BFA recently on MMO Champion and Wowhead. Beta information for BFA. Because I'm super excited to see more about rogues in BFA. In particular, I want to cover a lot more of this in today's video. The biggest problem with making a video this early about BFA is because all the changes I'm about to list in today's video have a 100% chance to change tomorrow or the day after that or next week or by the time the game comes out. This is just a first look on the very first patch of everything they have right now, and at least I want to give you guys an idea of what Blizzard is thinking when they are talking about rogues and kind of in which direction they're thinking of doing. I'm going to give you guys the Spark Notes version of all the basic stuff, but of course I'll have a link on all this stuff down in the description below. Before you enjoy this video, if you guys play any of the other classes like Priest, Hunter, Warrior, Mage, Paladin, actually I have just about every class except for a Monk, but I feel like I have a decent enough information to understand what monks are all about. Please, let me know in the comments if you want me to cover more classes, because I would love to cover more of this for you guys' amusement, because I personally am interested in what Blizzard is thinking of doing with all the different classes in the game. So I might make a separate video for all the other classes with timestamps and everything. So let me know in the comments. Anyway, without further ado, let's get in to see what Blizzard is doing with rogues. I was thinking about the best way of doing this whole recording, and I was taking a bunch of snapshots of all the different updates. And then I realized just how much work that'll be, and I felt that this way would be more effective, just to record through OBS with my face so you can see my reaction with the updates. First thing we can see is Assassin's Resolve looks like it's just leaving Assassination, so maybe it won't get as much energy and I guess the damage, but they are still keeping the auras for a lot of the abilities. I wouldn't really look into those too closely, I guess. Blind, first of all, we'll see with rogues is a 1 minute cooldown. I don't know if they will actually keep this as an ability, but to make blind a 1 minute cooldown would be, I don't even understand why. I don't understand why actually. That would actually be kind of crazy. They also increased a lot of the abilities damage, so a lot of abilities will have decreased damage, just about every single ability, but that goes for every other class, so I wouldn't look at the damage decreases or increases for basic abilities. I'm pretty sure it's part of the whole stat squish and how it works with the BFA armor and gear and weapons, which first of all we won't have artifact weapons, so that's cool. Evasion is another ability that's actually a lot different. Now it is a minute cooldown, so not only do we get 1 minute of blind and a minute of evasion. I don't even know. The Blizzard, we're gonna be a lot faster with spec. We're gonna feel a lot faster. Short cooldowns, I like it. Garrote changed from 15 seconds to 6 seconds, still requires stealth. I don't know if they'll still, actually this is a good change, because that means Assassination Rogues can garrote a lot more targets, because it's 6 second cooldown even when you're not in stealth, so that's cool. They also are changing Assassination Rogue Mastery from Master Potent Poisons to Mastery Potent Assassin. Increases damage done by poisons and bleeds by 13%. Yes, Blizzard, yes. Finally we might be able to make a decent bleed build, and it seems like bleeds and poisons will be a majority of our damage, so even more dots. That's kind of cool. That's actually kind of neat. Some of the bigger ones are vanishes of 40 second cooldown. I don't understand that one. Cooldown changed from 4 seconds to 40 seconds. To go from like a 2 minute vanish to a 40 second vanish, that'll be OP. Vendetta, they added the effect, grants 40 additional energy over 2 seconds. That's actually cool, because that's an artifact weapon trait, and they just basically incorporated it back into the specialization. For talents for Assassination, you guys are losing Mark for Death. I guess I'm saying you guys are losing because I'm mostly an Outlaw Rogue, but you guys are getting Crimson Tempest. And I'm pretty sure on that whole row of talents, you'll actually have AoE versus AoE versus AoE. So Mark for Death doesn't actually fit there. So they might bring back Mark for Death somewhere in the talent row later, but that seems to be more of a resource generator. But you have Crimson Tempest, which is a bleed, versus Poison Bomb, which is a poison, and DFA, which is a physical based ability. So that's actually a more closer I guess idea of AoE abilities to compare against one another. You guys get Dispatch again, and you know what, back in my day I missed dispatch. Exploits vulnerability of foes less than 35. You guys get an execute. That's awesome. Causing 400% extra damage to a target. Your successful mutilates have a 30% chance to make an X dispatch free and usable on any target. You get 2 mutilates. Does that mean you have like a 30% chance with one dagger and the other, or is it just going to be one ability? And it's replacing hemorrhage. That's gonna be awesome. I need to look back what Assassination is losing and what it's gonna be competitive with, but this I'm so happy about it. I think they are increasing the damage of kidney shot bleed based on comp points spent. Thuggy is actually still a talent, I think. Name change from Thuggy to Iron Wire. Increase duration of Garrote silence effect to 8 seconds. 8 seconds silence. Hello? Hello, I can't even imagine PvP where a caster just will set an 8-second silence. Just Garrote him, 8-second silence, blind, a minute cooldown, sap him. Kid, that would be OP. I think Assassination is going to be the way to go. Blade Flurry is an interesting one. While active, your melee attacks strike nearby enemies, the energy regeneration cap is taken away for 10 seconds. Cost changed from none to 10 energy, so it takes 10 energy to use Blade Flurry. Cooldown changed from 10 seconds to 25-second recharge. Charges change from none to 2 charges. So Blade Flurry is you turn it on and for 10 seconds, for 10 energy, you're cleaving everything. I feel like that's a better approach than having just to hamper your energy altogether. Makes me wonder what they're gonna do for our energy, but that's a good change for PvE. Oh, I love this right now in the game. Blind as well is also a minute cooldown. Bribe has been removed. Common potency, that's a nice 10% buff. Gouge is now a 15-second cooldown. That's fair. That's fair. With a 1 minute blind, I'll take it. Talents, we get Blinding Powder, reduces the cooldown of blind by 30 seconds and increases its range by 15. So not only do rogues have a 1 minute blind, they have Outlaw has a 30-second blind. Hello? Is Repo still a 2-minute cooldown? Oh, if Repo's still a 2-minute cooldown, then Outlaw has a longer defensive cooldown, but the 30-second vanish though. I don't know what to say, man. That's insane. I don't know what Blizzard is doing with this. And that's about it for Outlaw. Alright, Subtlety. Shadow Blades empowers your weapons for 20 seconds, causing Gloomblade and Shadow Strike 2 and auto attacks to deal Shadow Strike damage, and your Gloomblade deal 30% increased damage. So Shadow Blade is buff your Gloomblade and Shadow Strike and backstab and auto attack. And you still generate extra comp points. Okay, that's kind of OP. Imagine Shadow Blades and all that. But Shadow Blades is now 5-second cooldown on its own. That's actually even stronger. Hello? Find Weakness is now your Shadow Strike and Cheap Shot abilities reveal the flaw in your target's defenses, causing your attacks to bypass 75% of the enemy's armor for 10 seconds. They brought that back. They brought Find Weakness back instead of Weapon Master. Wow, that's actually really strong. Hello? Do you guys have still 2 charges of Shadow Dance, or is it back down to 1? Cloak of Shadows is now a 2-minute cooldown instead of 1.5, so Cloak is like a big defensive for us now. It looks like Feint is gonna be a whoa, expose armor. Your damage exposes weakness to target's armor, increasing physical damage taken by 5% for 1 minute. Oh yeah, that's a passive that we bring to a team. That's awesome. Extra physical damage. That's cool. Feint is now 40% damage reduction instead of 50. And has a 15-second cooldown, so that's going to be interesting. And it looks like everything else is there. Alacrity, now an Outlaw Rogue Subtlety spell. This is just a spell for us, like we just have it. Hello? So I think out of all this we can get is 1 minute blind, 40-second vanish, 1 minute evasion. Subtlety is going to hit like a truck. Assassination has bleeds and poisons out of the wazoo. Outlaw is gonna have a 30-second blind. That's gonna be insane for PvP and PvE. That is crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. So far, I think this is it's interesting because it seems like low cooldowns and then some higher cooldowns on some of the other abilities like Feint, Cloak of Shadows. Those abilities are just something we spam all the time. To put a cooldown on those makes us a little bit more squishy, and then kind of forces us to use them at a right time, so we can't just waste them. So these abilities I think are going to be a lot stronger, especially when you apply for PvP. Having abilities like evasion and blind on a 1 minute cooldown allows us to kind of control the battlefield and feel a lot faster of a specialization. I feel that what they're doing with Subtlety, giving them more ways of like dealing damage and kind of changing up a little bit some of their abilities, maybe making them more bursty, because it looks like Shadow Blades is going to really increase their damage, so maybe it's going to really revolve around that ability. With Outlaw, it's kind of nice to keeping the Trickster spec, you know, 30-second blind if you talent into it, still keeping a gouge at a 15-second cooldown instead of a 10. I feel like is a really interesting Trickster playstyle. And Assassination, I like the fact that they included a Mastery with that buffs their bleeds as well and gives them a lot more options than just dealing damage. So it looks like Assassination is just all about trying to find ways to do damage. Outlaw is all about trying to find to outmaneuver your enemy and really just, you know, what is it called? You're a swashbuckler who can stand toe to toe with the enemy. And for Subtlety, more burst, just more overall lineups, more lineup type of damage. No free damage, just the lineup damage is a lot stronger. So I think this is very interesting. Again, everything's probably going to change by the time this video is out. By tomorrow, there's probably going to be a patch that changes a lot of things. So I just wanted to put this out, let you guys know what is going on, what Blizzard is doing, and just give you guys a little bit of an idea of where Rogues are heading. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more videos on this, primarily for other classes, please let me know in the comments. I want to sit down and make that video right now, and I think I just might do that in just a second. But let me know in the comments, guys, what are your thoughts. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, if you guys enjoy videos like these, if you enjoy updates like these for BFA, be sure to hit subscribe, and again, like the video, because it allows a video to reach a lot wider audience. So help me out a ton. If you guys want to catch the live streams, today should be a 5v5 1v1 on EU Horde, and I might be able to bring my brand new class in there, maybe a paladin. We'll see if I get them leveled up. As always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see all of you in the next one.